Well, today, guys, is going to be a lot of fun, man. We're going to be shooting out the 3 guitar plugins from Nueral DSP. The Archetype, the Nameless suite, and the NTS suite. Let's get into it. So hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. If you're watching this in real time, happy Easter if you celebrate Easter, and if not, happy Sunday. Hope you're having a great day. Today's gonna be a lot of fun. So for those of you who've been following my channel and been watching my videos, you guys know how much I absolutely praise the Nueral DSP stuff. Not only is Doug Castro an amazing dude, but the plugins that Nueral DSP puts out are the industry standard, let's be real. So about a week ago, the Pliny plugin, the Archetype plugin, just came out by Nueral DSP, and that is certainly a more prog rock and prog metal type of sound. It's not full-blown metal, but I would like to shoot out all 3 of Nueral DSP's plugins now. So I certainly think the Pliny plugin can compete with the Nameless suite and the NTS suite. So what I've done is I've created a little song. I use my 1978 Gibson Les Paul Custom running right into my Radial DI box, which then is going into my Focusrite Eclair Pre. I'm in drop C sharp, and what I did was I just had 2 tracks, a right and a left, and cut up into 3 different segments for the 3 plugins, just in a song, in a row, back to back to back to back, and then, you know, just had a little bit of isolated guitar tracks in the middle of the song. So guys, again, all 3 of these plugins are in succession in this song, and when we come back, we'll talk about the positives and the negatives of all 3, and then we'll rank them, alright boys? Without further ado and no more rambling, let's get to the song. Alright guys, so that is the Archetype, the Nameless suite, and the NTS suite in a mix, in a song, all 3 of them back to back to back. And my overall summary is, man, Nueral DSP has a huge array of awesome hard rock and metal tones now, and it's like picking your favorite kid, man. It really is. It's like all 3 of them are amazing for their own individual types of perks. So I guess first we'll talk about the OG, the Nameless suite, right? The Nameless suite, I think, is the most aggressive and most in your face. It has the most low end and the most high end, and it's just the most aggressive and just like gnarly, amazing tone, man. The NTS suite is just as rowdy, but there's a little bit more mid-range in the NTS suite in my opinion. And then you have the Pliny Archetype plugin, and what this plugin does with the high gain stuff, although it's not as aggressive in my opinion, what it does do well is it has this nice, really warm saturation sound. It's not as spiky as like the NTS suite or the Nameless suite. It's much more rounded and mushier and creamier. So what it lacks in overall aggression and metal tones, you know what I mean? It certainly makes up for it with a nice, warm, pleasant sounding gain stage. So guys, just strictly off of the rhythm, off of the metal sounds, I'm gonna rank them 3 to 1. Number 3 is the NTS suite. Now my rankings often change from time to time. I'm just kind of just going off of the cuff of what I feel right now at this moment. The NTS suite is just a little bit too mid-rangey for me. I know I can certainly dial it, you know, to my own personal specs. I can roll off the mid-range and boost the highs and the lows, whatever you. It's not the sound that I'm looking for at the moment. It's amazing. Like, it's like the NTS suite is just so sweet and so awesome. You can't go wrong. But like, you know what I mean? It's just for right now, I like these other two plugins a little bit better. If you guys like the NTS suite, I totally get why you do. And it's amazing. Again, guys, all 3 of these plugins there's not one bad, you know, plugin in the batch, so they're all sick. So number 2, I'm gonna give it to the Archetype plugin. Now the Archetype plugin, again, the gain stage is kind of something what I'm usually going for with like traditional sounds. Like, it's got a more traditional gain stage, you know what I mean? It's much more round, like a Mesa Boogie type of sound, where it's like a little bit creamier and mushier and thicker, and not as you know, again, spiky, but I don't mean that in a negative way, as like the NTS suite or the Nameless suite. Not even mentioning all the leads and the clean stuff, just the rhythm stuff alone is very cool to have a nice, warm, present type of traditional hard rock / metal tone. I really like it. But guys, the OG, man, the Nameless suite, there's something so unique about that plugin. When I first got it, I loved it, and then I kind of hated it because like, it's so tough to tame. You can even hear it in that song, in that mix. Like when I'm doing the breakdown part, like there's like, it's like I'm holding on to it by a thread, and it gets like out of control at like the drop of a hat. Like, you have to play a certain type of way with that plugin. It's like very sensitive and very aggressive, and like you can hear a lot of like artificial ringing with the strings and like all this stuff that like if you don't play a certain way, at least if I don't play a certain way, like it becomes like too much. It's a real weird kind of balance with it, but I love it for that reason at the same time. It's like controlled chaos, you know what I mean? Like, I really, really love it. Not to mention the overall just sonic quality of the gain staging in that plugin is untouchable, in my opinion. There's just something about it, man. I don't know what the Nueral DSP dudes did with that plugin, but it just sounds so unique. You know, I love it. I just love it, man. I really, really do. That is my ranking. That is my summary of these 3 plugins, just in a strictly metal rhythm style. You know, obviously there's clean stuff, and there's even like some dreamy atmospheric stuff and lead stuff. You know, they can do with all 3 of these plugins, mostly the Archetype plugin. But you know what I mean, guys? I just wanted to look at the rhythm stuff. So what do you guys think of the sound? What do you guys think of the song? What do you guys think of all the tones that I got with the Nueral DSP plugins? I'd love to hear from you guys. I really, really sincerely appreciate you watching my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're brand new, you want to hit that subscribe button, I'd really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys again. Stay metal. I'll see you guys next time.